is going to be Isurus Gaming, the Argentina representative here at the World Cyber Games, going up against the second seed of OMG. No, sorry, OMG is actually the first seed of China. World Elite is the second, and they graced our presence. Oh, they graced us with their presence yesterday. So, OMG, the first seed of China. I'm fairly sure right now he's undefeated in group stage. Very strong candidate getting to the bracket system, but you know, it's going to be up to Isurus to land a win against these powerhouses. Now, the level 1 does not look like he's going to see too much of action, at least straight away. You might see a little bit of a delayed invade, but going. Nope, it's not going to be delayed at all. It's going to see Liz Smart and just burn out away. The sickle and chain not able to connect there from the Thresh. But we haven't really seen too many fights or invades today. It's been a very, very just uneventful, like really early beginning games. Now, right now, we got Isurus just kind of walking around all by themselves. There are that 5 unit. Now, in response to that, we also got OMG in the 5. Going is going to get into that bush before any kind of wards go down. We do got the other ward there in the bush, and you see the pings coming out there from OMG. But again, the 5-man roams are not really connecting that much. Yesterday, early on in the games, we had a lot of level 1 action, but towards the end of yesterday and now all of today have not had really any kind of concrete early game shenanigans going down before even the minions get around. So that means that we are going to hit our, that's interesting, we are going to hit our lanes, and look at this, it might actually be a delayed buff invade. Nami and Sika are not going to be in that bot lane. You can see Shyvana down there. She's going to take their blue, and Loveland's going to come down here with the help of the ADC and support, and they're going to take both blue buffs right off the bat with the consume, with that smite and a little bit of leg. But when we come back, Chell is going to be extremely low. Narit is now coming up here, as well as Dynamox and Smart, and that could be a really, really terrible situation for Team China. We do got the Blood Web passive already popped out from Narit, but believe it or not, all of China gets away with their lives, although it was all of their flashes for it. And going, is going to drop to the blue? He couldn't kill the blue. Or maybe he did. Not entirely too sure, but he does not have any hit points. He did pick up the blue, but it cost him a lot of time in that bottom lane. Thankfully, there's no Renekton down there, as Chell was up top, and he kind of ran into that 3-man China roam squad. So a very, very ambitious opener from Team OMG with that delayed invade, but they all got out with their lives. They did tip their hand that it is going to be the ADC and support top lane, so Isurus Gaming very flexible in that regard. They already got their own pair up there, and that's going to leave Renekton coming out into the bottom lane. But Shyvana going with the blue. We talked a little bit about this, me and Papa Smithy, a little bit yesterday. Papa Smithy, one of the 2 Aussie commentators we have here. But if you give a blue buff to Shyvana in a 2v1 situation, between the burnout as well as fireballs, she's at least going to keep some pressure and keep a little bit of her creeps. Now in this 1v1 situation with double blues now converging on top of Chell, that could be actually extremely deadly for Renekton, because he just hit level 2 and he probably won't be able to run both the ice ball as well as the burnout. There goes the ice ball. It's going to be the first connect. The red buff is ticking away as well. The burnout was not enough to get in front of Chell, but that's going to be the ignite as well. They might go for the tower dive. Loveland is going to consume, take the one shot. Going now is going to be the target. They're playing some amazing footsies, but first blood, I think, actually went to Renekton. It said first blood for Shyvana, but he came up first there on the kill counter, so I guess it will go to Shyvana. But man, the width of a hair between those 2 kills. Sika not looking so good. It's going to get up that molten armor. It doesn't matter. Genthik's able to take home the kill. Name going to get the revenge. It's now going to be him up against Thresh, but the Flay comes out, and that's going to prompt the flash from Thresh, and he outplays the Ezreal, but he dies to creeps. Double kill going the way of Ezreal. All the summoners basically burned up out there, and already by the 4-minute mark, we have 6 kills on the board. Isurus Gaming trading out magnificently here with OMG. And that first blood situation, like, I looked at the gold values. I guess it really did go to Shyvana, although it was listed as Renekton in the kill counter. So who knows? League of Legends, who knows? Going though, he's going to be back to his lane, has himself the Dorn Shield, the Dorn Blades, exact same here with the Renekton. And both of them have some wards and potions as well, so they won't be caught unawares as easily next time. Loveland's going to come in, just say hello to Dynamox, throws an ice ball at him for his trouble as well. Now Renekton, again, we've been seeing a lot of Shyvana in this top lane, Shyvana jungle as well, and she's just been doing phenomenally this patch. Renekton right now is a little bit more on the back foot. He's getting the worst of the trades. Our ADC's up in the top with the supports. I mean, we basically had all 4 kills just go down in this top lane as they did trade out a lot with those creep pressures. And we don't actually have any of those summoners ready to go. We actually, I'm going to take that back. We have Flash ready to go for our Genthix and Ignite for Sika. So it's going to be extra damage versus extra mobility. Thresh, Caitlyn just trying to do their best to repulse that top lane. But in terms of creeps, they are fairly even, 23 each. So pretty much dead even. But Shyvana has a little bit in terms of the money advantage with that first blood, a little bit of creeps to her name. But Zed is starting to actually get a little bit of a lead over top of Orianna in the mid, 35 to the 27. He's not even in lane right now. It's going to come down to Loveland to come back into that lane. Just hold it back, but as I say that, it looks like he's actually holding back. He's not going to enter that at all. Orianna might be a little bit wary. The sickle and chain from that death sentence not able to connect there on top of Sika. You can see Sika with that support Annie. I mean, they were able to grab themselves the double kill for Ezreal, which is fantastic for him because now it looks like he's actually going to go for a Phage first into the Trinity Force. So not really too surprising. If you are going to be an AD carry, you want to go for that Trinity Force. Phage is pretty much the default weapon you go for. Zed, when he went back, he picked himself up that Vamp Scepter, so he should have some decent sustain up against Orianna. Orianna only with that Codex. And could be a roam actually up top. There are a lot of wards up in that top, so it would not really do for OMG to kind of go up there. It would be defeated in terms of that, but you know, that means that Nunu right now is just having a little bit of time there in the jungle. Shyvana still just doing her dragon magic in the bottom lane up against Chell. He's still having a little bit of a rough time, dropping a little bit more in the creeps now as well. Narit is still up here. I think that OMG knows that Aatrox is up here. That's why Nunu's doing a little bit more aggressive counter jungling. I think they actually took out that blue. I'm looking at that Nunu. I can't actually tell from here. A little bit of lag coming out, but going for the tower dive. Is going to grab the kill on top of Chell. But at the same time, top lane, it's going to be Sika picking up the kill on Liz Smart. So that's going to be 2 more kills going the way of the Chinese team. And just aggression. Not entirely too sure where Narit was going with that. And there we go. OMG up against Isurus Gaming, Group B stage, or Group B bracket. I'm trying to decide if Loveland actually did pick up a blue or not, but I guess it didn't actually come back up. So he did the wolves. That's about the only thing he could have counter jungled right there. Orianna looks like she's going to be heading that back home. Probably going to get a chalice. Well, maybe not. Sika's going to be trying out a little bit of damage. That's going to be a little bit of lag in there as well, but Narit should be able to walk away. And Loveland and Cole, just lots of tower damage coming their way. Narit really low hit points. He hasn't been spending a lot of time in this top lane. I guess they're trying to really curb down Name and Sika, and he might actually get it. Annie went home. Narit did go forward, and that's going to be Caitlyn landing some pot shots on top of Name. He doesn't really have any kind of mana. That's going to be a nice play. The Ignite and the Death Sentence right under the tower, but is it enough for the kill? He's going to have to flash, and Genthix does not get out, but it was an execution. That is not what Ezreal wanted to see. He wanted to get that return kill, but he hadn't landed any damage. Loveland up here, that's going to be an ice ball. That's going to be a kill for him. But going level 7 has to deal with this dominance right now from Chell. Because the Dragon's Descent isn't back up yet, Chell is going to try to use that window of opportunity in order to try to get a kill, but does not look like he has the output for it. Going is fairly close to his own ultimate coming back up, and Chell is going to wisely step back out of that. That's going to leave us with a 6-4 score, slightly in favor here of OMG. Around a 1,500 gold difference between the two teams. A lot of swords on the item. We got some sickles out there from the Vamp Scepters, but we got Doran's Blades, we got Long Swords, we got Sheens. A lot of swords between the two teams. So it does look like Brutalizer is going to be in the mix here for our Renekton. And double Dorns for the jungle Aatrox. I mean, we've been seeing more and more double Dorn junglers. It does give them a little bit more of a competitive advantage when it comes to ganking the lanes because they can use that extra damage. It does make them a little bit weaker in terms of the jungling because they don't have Spirit Stones. But here's that blue timing coming out. Really well timed out here by OMG, so they knew exactly when it was going to come up. And Loveland is going to grab that steal. Curious to see if Shyvana is actually going to go for her blue and just kind of train him back out, or at least give it off to the Zed. But that means Neme and Sika are going to be up here. That's going to be the true shot barrage. Well aimed, and Neme takes home that kill thanks to Tibbers and the stun lock combo coming out from Annie. We had Nunu up here. He's actually going to be in that brush, and he's going to get denied going home a little bit. Going and Chell still doing it out down here, but it does look like Shyvana's going to go for that Sunfire that we've been seeing. Pretty much 100% Sunfire. He just goes so well with her burnout damage. And she's going to get tanky, whereas the Renekton looks like he's not, especially with those double longswords. A little bit of a fight under the tower up here in Isurus Gaming. But that tower is starting to really get a little bit low. Nerit comes in. That's going to be the absolute zero from Loveland, but they do get the kill on top of Sika. Name is going to have to go right into the proxy line, but Loveland is going to be back here as well. The Bloodwell passive from Nerit is going to be coming up, but Cool is now in amongst the scene as well. He's going to get a kill on top of Nerit, and now Le Smart has to deal with 2v1, but Loveland, no mana. He's going to have to get on back to that one, and Zed wisely backs out as well. So it's still positive trades going the way of OMG. It was a it's actually 2 for 2 that round, because Sika has actually just respawned, but they got the support. They traded out the support for the jungle, as well as the ADC, and then they lost Name as well. So still slight advantage coming out from OMG, because killing off the supports at this point, like, we got a gold generation item on Annie, and she already has the Sight Stone. So it's not like killing her at this point is going to delay her from getting those important items. Whereas if you look at Thresh, Thresh is sitting at 1, 4, and 2. His farm has definitely been severely impacted because he does not have the upgraded Kindle Gem into the Sightstone at all. So going. It's Dragon Descent up against Dominus in the bottom lane. Battle of the tanky bruisers. But Sika's going to get off that stun. That's going to be the damage. Le Smart does dodge out the True Shot barrage. Here comes Nerit as well. Genthic's been doing pot shots there on top of Ezreal. She's going to have to get on out of that one. The Piltover was not evaded. And there's Cool picking up the blue. So we've had a blue on a Shyvana and a blue on a Zed. Mana users weep. Sika's going to block out the ace in the hole. It was coming in hot, and he decided to throw himself in front of it. Really good decision. We got the two-man Dragon attempt going down from OMG. Will they be able to pick this up? They do got the Smite Consume, and yeah, they will be able to grab it. But Chell goes in, is the ball delivery system. Cool is going to not look so hot here, but Chell is going to drop. Cool picks up that kill, goes for the double, and it does land it with the help of Loveland. That was an absolutely great 0, because it was absolute 0. But that's still a Dragon now in the pocket of OMG and more kills to boot, which puts them at a score of 11-6 and 4,000 gold and rising without a single turret to their name. At the 13-minute mark, it does look very dominant for OMG this early game, but I wouldn't put Isurus Gaming out of the equation quite yet. I mean, they have already proven that they can get some of these kills, they can set up these ambushes, but Loveland has been counter-jungling extremely well. Nerit is actually only level 7 compared to the 10 of Nunu. That's a 3-level difference on your junglers alone. Level 11 on Cool compared to the 9 of Dynamox. And again, like, the gold advantage usually equates to an experience advantage. There's some global gold going into the pockets of OMG, and it's actually Sika at 7 and Neme at 8. It's kind of dragging down the OMG team. It's been a little bit rough up there. It's 4-3 score for Ezreal and 1-2-5 on our Annie. So their farm is definitely heavily impacted at this point simply because of so many team fights and so much focus in this top lane. So they're actually a little bit low. In fact, they're about the average level, I would say, right now of our Argentina. And speaking of Argentina, Le Smart trying to make the plays happen here on top of Sika. Ezreal takes home the kill, goes for the double, and now it's going to be him up against Genthix. Genthix did take home the kill on top of Sika, but here comes the Blood Boil. Here comes Loveland, gets off the Ice Ball after the flash, the Arcane and the flash. It's going to prompt out that barrier, but the absolute 0 makes sure that he doesn't go anywhere. Dynamox is looking for the kill on top of Nami. That was his own barrier as well. He's going to try to get off the last amount of pot shots needed. Here comes Cool, and that's going to be a kill. By the end of it all, it was a 3-for-2 exchange. No, 3-for-4 exchange, because Le Smart did drop real early in that fight. And down bottom, it's going to be going, trying to land some damage here on top of Renekton. Renekton did throw out that Dominus. So again, Dominus versus the Dragon's Descent, but the burnout damage with that Sunfire Cape, the stacking is deadly. And Shyvana is definitely the definition of hot right now. She's not even done down here either. Nereid is just trying to do what he can. Here comes Thresh. It's not going to be landing that death sentence, however, so Going is going to be in phenomenal form. 3-1-0 for her, 125 creeps as well. But that Sunfire into the burnout, we've been seeing that again and again here on the League of Legends Plus stream, and 100% win rate looks to be still something within reach for that Shyvana. Did she actually pick out that red? She did. Yeah, she stole the red from Lismart, from Dynamox. Here comes Cool. He's going to blow up. Going's going to blow him up, but that death mark was going to be enough regardless. Orianna drops. Down goes the turret as well. Lismart has to flash away from that aggression. I'm not entirely too sure Nereid has that passive ready to go either, so he's got to be a little bit more careful. And just the name of the game right now is OMG, aggression, and getting these kills. The Dark Flight is going to get Nereid over the wall. Genthix, however, with that net, he's going to be okay for now. Low hit points, but they are going to arrive alive back in base. And Neme is going to be finishing off the first set of turrets with that top lane. Going's up here as well. I don't think they're going to stop pushing. And they are not. They're going to go straight for it. Why not? Everybody's back in base here from Argentina. It's 16.5 minutes in, and we have more kills than minutes going the way of OMG. Their gold lead has ballooned and to about 10 grand. If they get the last shot on this turret, 16 hit points. Nami goes back in. And I guess that was the cue for Going to go back in as well. But a little bit of a wasted ult from Shyvana there. Yeah, maybe a little bit of miscommunication. But Loveland has himself some oracles. They've been dewarding fairly well. And in fact, they've been setting up their own network awards to a high degree. Nereid going in with that Blood Whale passive, just wanted to try to proc some damage, I suppose. And, well, mission accomplished. Cool, however, does not have any kind of mechanic to stop him from destroying Orianna. Going for the double now, and Lismart does grab it as well. But Nereid is looking like a tasty option now because he's going to be on retreat. Shell is going to be just trying to come back in here on top of second, knows that the support is fairly weak. Genthix is going to go down. Cool, going godlike. Nereid is going to have to try to do his best to run from Loveland, but another double. That's a delayed quadra for that Cool, for that Zed. And Loveland is going to grab the ace. 22-9 for OMG. And it's basically a huge snowball. And that's about to land right on top of Isurus and bury them alive. As OMG is 11,000 gold up. It's 22-9. They're going to grab another tower here. And that means 5 towers to 0 plus the dragon. More kills than you can count and more gold than the kings of old. OMG is in phenomenal form here in this last game on the League of Legends Plus stream at 2013 WCG here in Kunshan, China. The World Cyber Games is really bringing out some of the best teams on a global scale. And it's been definitely a treat to cast and watch and follow them as they go head to head to head. Not really too much of a surprise. We've been seeing some really good stuff out of CJ Entis, World Elite, OMG, but Lion Gaming up in the A bracket. Yeah, so Group A, Lion Gaming apparently went 4-0 yesterday. They basically walked off the airport. Well, the plane. They got off the airport. They showed up here with their luggage and played some phenomenal games last night. So, from a team that was having trouble getting here in terms of travel difficulties to going 4-0, it's been a phenomenal ride. Nereid, however, could be in for some phenomenal rides of his own. Cool going legendary, catching him out, trying to do a little bit of farming, and Loveland just solos down that dragon. No problem. More money going into the pockets of OMG. Cool is sitting at 901, has himself the Blade of the Ruined King and a Yomu's Ghost Blade. A really, in my opinion, underused item, but we actually saw one yesterday on Team The Red from Russia. The Russian representatives had a top lane Quinn with a Yomu's Ghost Blade, and she did phenomenal work as well. So who knows, maybe it's going to be the rise of the Yomus once again. Man, Cool just blowing up the Argentinians at this point. Dynamox is going to get hit by that death mark. It's not going to be enough, but Name is there to seal the deal with a true shot barrage. Cool is even going to get out of this one alive. That guy is just too phenomenal on this Zed. Nerfs be damned. This could be our first win with a Zed here on the League of Legends Plus stream. That Ignite, one more tick is all we needed there for Nereid. Didn't actually get it. Going can't catch up to him either. But the damage is being done. That's going to be a tower in the base. That's going to be inhibitor as well. The last tower dropped in the bot lane as well. We did have Renekton wrecking havoc in the top. He takes home the first global gold for Isurus Gaming, but was the price too high because Less Smart's going to be added to the butcher's bill here? Or is he? That flash coming out in the last minute was way too good. Shell getting into the back with the corkscrews, goes for the kill on top of Cool, doesn't get it. Sika puts him down and makes himself some alligator shoes. Going now, should be able to outrun at least 2 of the 3 of them there, but the speed up coming from Orianna, plus the Dark Flight, it's going to be enough to shut down Shyvana. And she's going to sit now at 4-2-3. Loveland just kind of watched on from afar as he did take down the blue buff. We haven't, I don't think we've had a single blue buff for Isurus Gaming. It's been immaculate ward control, immaculate buffs and objectives coming out from OMG. And, you know, when you're down with red steals, when you're down with blue steals, they have both the dragons and many, many kills up. It's not really too surprising to see them at 14,000 gold. Narit kind of dancing. They're doing a dance party. Oh man, could this be the signal of the end? Here comes the rest of the team. Loveland was betrayed by his own dance partner, but Cool's going to be in the back there. He goes legendary, takes down Thresh, going for the kill now on top of Dynamox. That's going to be an absolute 0. That's going to mean that Dynamox is not going to go anywhere, and we're going to pad the score of our Zed. 12-0-3, has a Brutalizer on top of it. Looks like a Last Whisper out for him next as well. And that means it's just all the penetration, all the physical penetration. This is going to be a 22-minute Baron. Cool definitely has the damage, especially coupled with the Infinity, the Trinity, as well as the Bloodthirster coming out from Ezra. He's kind of getting eclipsed by this Zen, but by no means is Ezra out of this equation. 8-5-4 at 22 minutes, has not only the Bloodthirster, but the Trinity. That's some pretty massive damage from Team OMG. We have all the tankiness from Shyvana, all the tankiness we need from the Nunu. That leaves us really free and able to just stack the damage, all the damage from Cool and Name. And man, that death sentence could have been the end of Liz Smart. Name just decides to let him go anyways by the end of it. Comparatively, looking at the lane partners, I mean, Orianna has a Morello's. It's a good attempt to curb down the self-healing to come out from the team, but at the same time, she doesn't really have anything to pack a huge punch to her spells. And at the same time, we only have that Bloodthirster coming out for Caitlyn, who's sitting at 4 and 5. Narit's going to be taking a lot of damage here. Loveland was looking for the kill there. It's going to be some damage on top of Lay Smart. Lay Smart's going to drop because Cool just blew him up. A lot of the ultimates going down. The Annie with the Tibbers. That's going to be the double for Cool, as well as Renekton is just being repeatedly made into shoes. And now Genthix has to run for this Ezreal. Basically, Argentina is penned up in their base as they lose their inhibitor, their Nexus turrets. And this is going to be GG, the last final stand. Legendary Cool coming out, but Dynamox and Narit cannot handle the Chinese team. 15-0-3 for our Zed. It's going to be game as they're about to take down this Nexus, but we're still trading out blows just to run down the clock. Cool goes legendary at the end of it, does die for a shutdown. 16-1-3, all the penetration.